past, I've done videos where I talk about characters I like to see come to Smash, as well as Sega franchises that I hope make a comeback. Not to toot my own horn, but some of the stuff I've talked about, such as Banjo getting into Smash and Panzer Dragoon finally getting some new love, have actually happened. Am I saying that I have the power to predict the future? No. However, I do think that I'm pretty good at guessing things into existence. Therefore, coming at you right now are 7 games from the Wii U that haven't been ported over yet, but I think deserve another shot at release. Hopefully I make some more good guesses and some of these actually come to pass. Number 1. Pikmin 3. Back in 2015, during an interview with Eurogamer, Miyamoto confirmed that the next Pikmin game was in development and was in fact very close to completion. 4 years later, Pikmin 4 is nowhere to be seen, and fans across the world dive deeper into despair with each big event where Pikmin is a no-show. Therefore, I think that in the meantime to tide fans over, a port of 2013's Pikmin 3 to the Nintendo Switch would be perfect. Not only would it be great for those who played it in the past to have new access to it, but think of all the players who might pick it up for the first time now that it is on a more popular system. As for gameplay changes from the Wii U to the Switch, I could see the game having the option for more touchscreen style controls in handheld mode, and either more traditional or motion style controls in TV mode. Regardless, with Pikmin having plenty of dedicated fans always hungry for more, I think this would work well until Nintendo is ready to announce Part 4. Number 2. Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE. Released in Japan in 2015, and then everywhere else the following year, Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE is a game that I am sad more people don't know about. Meant to be a crossover between Atlus's Shin Megami Tensei and Nintendo's Fire Emblem series, it is a JRPG title with a pretty unique personality of its own. In it, you follow a group of teenagers as they ally with beings called Mirages to fight and protect innocent people from hostile, interdimensional beings. To put it simply, imagine taking the cast from a Persona game, teaming them up with summonable Fire Emblem characters, and then having them fight through dungeons with weapons from Fire Emblem and magic types from Shin Megami Tensei. Trust me when I say that it makes for a pretty fun game that I think more people need to experience. As for any changes going from the Wii U to the Switch, I think moving gamepad features such as maps and the messaging app to some sort of new menu shouldn't be too difficult, should a port be made. Number 3. Super Mario 3D World. While New Super Mario Bros. U is a fine game, and I am glad to see it make the jump to the Switch, I think 2013's Super Mario 3D World is leagues above it. Filled with fun 4-player co-op, unique power-ups like the Double Cherry and Super Bell, 5 playable characters each with their own distinct abilities, optional Captain Toad levels, and a story that doesn't take place in the Mushroom Kingdom for once, it is no wonder so many people fell in love with it, and it was the Wii U's second best-selling game. While that last port may raise the question of why port a game that already did so well, I think that similar to ported titles like Mario Kart 8, the answer is exposing more people to the game and letting people play the title without having to pull out their old system out of storage. As for any changes that need to be made in the porting process, this is probably one of the easiest on my list, as all of its gamepad features are pretty superficial and probably wouldn't even be missed. Number 4. Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater. Released in Japan in 2014 and then everywhere else in 2015, Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater is the 5th main entry in the Fatal Frame /Zero/Project Zero survival horror series. Trust me guys, naming conventions are weird at an international level. Anyways, the story follows 3 individuals who are drawn into supernatural events in the mountains, including a malevolent force known as Blackwater that is corrupting the surrounding area. As with previous games in the series, players are tasked with navigating areas filled with hostile ghosts while fighting back by taking photographs. Seeing as how the game relies heavily on using the gamepad to control the camera, a port would obviously take some work. However, seeing as how other entries in the series have used more traditional controls, I think reworking mechanics away from the gamepad is totally possible. As for why I think this deserves a port, while the game was met with mixed reviews, and the series may not be as talked about as fellow survivor horror franchises, I think it would be nice to have more AAA horror games on the Switch, especially one with such a unique gimmick. Number 5. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD and/or The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD and The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD came out in 2013 and 2016 respectively to high acclaim from fans and critics alike. Not only do the games look gorgeous with their enhanced graphics, but additional tweaks such as the removal of game-breaking glitches, gameplay changes for the better, and an optional hero mode make these titles feel like the definitive experience for each. Therefore, when it comes to why I want them to be ported, the answer's simple. These games are beautiful, and not only would I love to be able to play them on my Switch, but judging from the numerous people talking about it online, I think many others would love to as well, without having to track down a copy for a dead console. Therefore, I think porting both of these games over to the Switch would be a no-brainer for Nintendo. Plus, with all of the graphical work and gameplay changes already done, it would just be a matter of removing some of the gamepad features. Number 6. Xenoblade Chronicles X. This penultimate entry on my list is, I'll admit, the one I am the least familiar with, but a game that I find fascinating nonetheless. Released in 2015, Xenoblade Chronicles X is an open-world RPG and a spiritual successor to the first Xenoblade Chronicles. In it, you play as a customizable avatar who crash lands on an uncharted planet called Mira. Joining a team known as Blade, you are tasked with exploring Mira, gathering resources, and trying your best to survive as you seek out the Lifehold, which may be key to humanity's survival. Having released to high praise, and with many people calling it a must-have for the system, I would absolutely love to be able to play this on my Switch. And seeing as how well Xenoblade Chronicles 2 sold, I think many fans of the series would probably like to as well. While it is once again a title I don't think would be too difficult to remove gamepad features from, seeing as how they are mostly map-based, the chances of a port seem slim due to prior comments from the team about money being an issue. Still, if these issues can be overcome, I think Xenoblade Chronicles X would be a great addition to the Switch's library. Number 7. The Wonderful 101. Last, but certainly not least, is a title that I think deserved so much better, but as has been the trend with this list, it didn't quite reach its potential. Released in 2013, The Wonderful 101 is an action-adventure game developed by Platinum Games about a team of heroes who must stand together in order to protect the Earth from alien invaders. Uniting together, literally, you control a team of 100 heroes at once, who combine their strengths and vary bodies into massive weapons to defeat enemies, solve puzzles, and traverse a variety of stages. Of course, with this being a Platinum Games title, you can also expect a slew of sick moves that take time to master, excellent music, rival characters who challenge you to your full potential, set pieces that only grow in scale as the game progresses, and an infinite amount of hype. While the game does use the gamepad quite a bit, it can also be played mostly with the Pro Controller, which gives me hope that a port is possible. Not only that, but seeing as how the people behind the game themselves have expressed interest in a port, I'm just waiting for any day now when it gets announced and this awesome game gets a second chance at being played. And there you have it, folks. 7 games that have not yet been ported to the Switch, but I think totally should be. Did you enjoy my list? Feel like there is anything you want to add? Why not leave a comment below? I hope you all enjoyed my video, but if not, everything you saw is just an opinion. And remember, don't take anything I say too seriously. After all, I'm just the Wannabe Reviewer. Thanks for watching.